What is your childhood memory that you thought was normal but realized it was traumatic later in your life? When I was 11, my parents helped a battered wife out of an abusive situation. Her husband was a bad guy, but was still roaming free. Nobody knew where he was, and he had made serious threats against my family. My mom ran me through the steps. If he were to break in, I would get my younger siblings in the closet with me. She would run and draw him out and away from the house to a predetermined location in the backyard. Once they left, I would take the shotgun out of the closet and shoot him. I was groomed to kill a man at 11. Never had to, but totally prepared. When I was a kid, if I ever misbehaved even slightly, I would get a savage ass whooping. The only fucked up part that I thought at the time was that the beatings never varied depending on the severity of my misconduct. I bring home an F. Vicious beating. I accidentally forget to take out the trash. Same beating. Never any variation. It wasn't until I was almost 15 that my mind was blown. I went over to a friend's house, and shortly after arrival, his mom came in and started yelling at him because the school called and he got caught trying to forge her signature for something. He did something that would have left me swollen and blue, and I was getting ready to just bail because I didn't want to see the incoming whooping. But after she was done yelling, she just hugged him and said she was more disappointed than angry and that they would need to work on things. I was like, what? Where's the ass whooping? Turns out, not every parent decides to beat the living shit out of a kid for every transgression, big or small. Just mine. Edit. Obviously it was not just mine. I was being somewhat facetious. My condolences to all my fellow redditors who have experienced similar things. We are not alone. We survived and we are stronger for it, as shitty as it may have been. When it was my weekend with my dad, I would be dropped off at people's houses, and I thought it was fun because it was also different and got to meet new people. When I got older, I realized it was neglect, and he was palming me off while he went elsewhere. When my mum was having a bad day before I'd leave by myself for primary school, she would say if I'm not here when you get back, you know why, implying that she would kill herself because of her stressful life. My big brother used to give me treats, M&Ms, brownies, cheese, and bread. Only years later did I realize he was sneaking me food because we were not being fed. I'm healthy and functional today because a 3-year-old stole food for me. Or 3-year-old. Holy crap. It's amazing and sad what young children can learn when they have to. I hope you're both doing well now. I know how you feel. My mother didn't have food in the house when my brother and I were living with her. The fridge was only full when she had her boyfriends around. To this day I take my brother to go get food any chance I can. There's no way in hell I'm letting that little dude feel what being that hungry was like again. Holy crap guys. Didn't expect silver. Wow. And gold. My mom used to give me enemas when I misbehaved. I didn't realize until I made a joke about it during my first semester of college and everyone looked at me in stunned silence that it was not a normal punishment. Edit. To my fellow friends who have been punished in similar ways, I love you. When I was in the 2nd grade, my older sister came into the bathroom while I was taking a bath to play with my toys with me. I didn't find out until later it was because my father was having a stroke from drinking too much and was making sure I didn't finish taking a bath before the paramedics arrived. My friend's uncle wanted me and my friend to model clothes for a catalog. I didn't go, but later discovered that store didn't and never had sold clothing. Turned out he was a pedophile and had been sexually abusing my friend for years. I think we were 8 or 9 at the time. As a kid, I used to brag about being able to sleep for over 24 hours straight to friends or teachers or really whoever would listen. I was mid-sentence mentioning it as a freshman in college when I realized my divorced father was drugging preschool me with cold meds so I'd sleep through his weekends of custody with me. It really fucked up my sense of reality for a while. My older sister used to play our Disney read-along tapes to my younger brother and I, whilst guiding us through the words in the books. She taught us to read this way. I didn't realize till years later that she was using the tapes to cover the sound of our parents fighting downstairs. It saddens me that she never got to have a childhood. Watch our other videos and subscribe cause you're not a scrub.